Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is a little bonus reading. I'm asking a question. I'm doing one for all signs. The person you're waiting for, will they step up to the plate? All right. Yeah, some of you may have some words with this person. Yeah, there's been some words here, and I do feel someone here is a little apprehensive. Not sure what to say. Well, there could be an apology, but if there's something that you may have said to this person, they may be a little apprehensive. Yeah, I do see transformation. This is the Death card, so it has to do with something ending. Somebody here may be thinking something's over. Yeah, I do see sacrifice. Now, often this is an energy of, it could be this person not wanting to sacrifice something, but it could be self-sabotage as well. Yeah, I do see the Ace of Swords, so I do see some enlightenment and truth. Yeah, you got a person here, I feel. Now, often this is an inner transformation where somebody, something had ended. It could be where someone wanted to, could be where somebody wanted to reach out, feeling a little shy, but I feel somebody has ended something. I feel there's something over. Maybe you want a person to end something here. Self-sacrifice. Interesting. I feel there's a little self-sabotage possibly, but this is unrequited love here. And this is a person in their feels, but maybe they don't want to sacrifice something. It's possible you may already even know the truth here, but because it's often someone who already has learned something, but there was a decision to end something. This person to me looks as though, it could be an apology, or you've got someone making up excuses. Maybe they were ending a situation themselves. But yeah, there's definitely emotion here, but I think this is somebody who's not willing to sacrifice. Yeah, it's a person who's, it's a lot to do with their money, a lot of focus on money, but it's someone who, acts like they don't care, even though they do, because of their finances, their money. A lot of focus, and I do feel there's definitely something to do with an ending. Yeah, so I do see this energy of justice. Yeah, it looks like an end of a relationship. Maybe they're still focused on it, but definitely someone who's, this is someone who would sacrifice love for their money. Yeah, and I think you already know here. There is definitely this little energy of enlightenment. It could be someone giving someone advice as well. I do see some Libra energy, some Scorpio energy. Yeah, but it is an energy of being open. So, this person might be thinking something is actually over. Maybe you ended it, but I feel this is an energy of being open to something here. Definitely an energy of balance. It has to do with some sort of truth. Somebody here, I feel, probably wasn't telling you the whole truth. Sometimes the Prince of Cups is someone who doesn't want to hurt someone's feelings. And then I do see change. So it has to do with some kind of change. And I do feel, if you're thinking of giving somebody another chance here, because I do see the birth of something new. It could be someone who's moved on, they've started something new, but I don't really feel that for most of you. In fact, 99% here. I just feel it's somebody who would rather, they don't want to sacrifice their money. I do feel it's someone who's ended something, but I do feel like you're always open to talk here. It has to do with something not being fair. Maybe you felt this person wasn't being fair. But yeah, it is possible they could come back around, especially if they've ended something and they were still kind of focused on money. It could have to do with the end of a relationship, but it has to do with something not being fair. Yeah, I do see that. Some of you maybe even, you're just open to new. Some of you too. Maybe you told this person that you're open to new. But you could be the masculine or feminine energy here, but this is a person here who I feel is open to new. I do feel there's a lot of feelings, definitely feelings here, but something wasn't fair. Maybe you felt this person wasn't being fair, or they weren't. It's someone who doesn't follow through on something, because it is about laying the foundation, and I feel this is someone they didn't follow through. So maybe there's been words. Let's have a look at the Queen of Swords. Yeah. So I do see this energy of letting go. Now this could be someone giving advice, Aquarius energy as well. But I do think this is someone maybe was making up excuses. They didn't want to hurt someone's feelings. But yeah, it's somebody who definitely doesn't follow through. So I feel as though this is an energy where the feelings aren't... I do think there's mutual feelings, but I feel like you're moving on. I feel like you're moving on because I'm not so sure this is somebody who's going to change. Yeah, you can see it is. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is somebody who maybe does reach out here. But look at the energy of change. Yeah, somebody here, it's about moving on. Maybe this person is wanting you to move on because I do see an ending. Yeah, so I do see rejection or taking it that way. Now, it could be someone who feels they missed an opportunity because of this. But I feel for the most part, I think the Empress knows when it's time to move on. And when it, because I see being open to something new. Yeah, maybe it's yourself telling this person that, but I feel with the energy, I think it's an energy of knowing that little aha moment. This is somebody who's probably not going to change. It definitely looks like they're not following through on something. Yeah, so like I say, and I mean, maybe you feel like you're just missing other opportunities because of this person. Tell me about the Prince of Pentacles. Yeah, some Pisces. It's saying to trust your intuition, your inner knowing. I feel like you already know the answers you're seeking. They're definitely keeping some things to themselves. Yeah, they could be dealing with personal issues. I mean, maybe it's nothing personal, but like I say, I feel like this is somebody who just doesn't follow through. Yeah, and I do see that energy of temptation, but yeah, I do think there is a temptation to come back around here, but I feel for the energy. I feel like you've moved on. And I do feel with this Temperance energy, taking a little step back, seeing things from a different light. Maybe you're feeling something is off. It's saying to trust your intuition. If you feel something is off, it probably is. But because of the world being here, the table's turning, it is possible this is someone seeing things from a different light. So it's hard to say where this goes, okay? Yeah, I feel like this is just somebody who's still focused on something that ended. There's a lot to do with their money, not following through. So I do feel it's about truth. I do see speaking some truth. This person's also having a little aha moment. I feel like they know that you know something here. I don't know if this person's been keeping some kind of secret. For some of you, this person may be keeping some kind of secret. So they'd rather sabotage. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised too. Because Temperance is about patience. I feel if you would have been a little more patient, it may have sabotaged something because it does have to do with patience. It's an energy of someone making a decision when things are calm. So yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of, and it's like they don't want to sacrifice something, or you feel that way. And it does actually look like it's a lot to do with money, I feel. And just whatever, they haven't detached. So they're kind of acting like they don't care. I mean, it could be yourself in that energy, but we do have the masculine, feminine in this deck. So I feel this is someone here feels pretty confident with the decision they made. I mean, maybe something just felt off with this person. I mean, sometimes people just aren't each other's type too. Yeah, so like I say, I feel this is somebody who's making a decision. Yeah, I feel like it's over. Yeah, to be honest though, I feel this is somebody still analyzing the situation. Yeah, I mean, you could be thinking of each other with this energy, but the Empress is open to new. So this is where trust your intuition, something is off. Yeah. I mean, this could be somebody seeing things from a different light. Maybe they should have told you a truth here to do with some kind of ending. But I do think this is something that's probably over. Yet the world is here. So yeah, to be somebody maybe changing their mind after a period of time here. Yeah, I think this is somebody who just wants to be single, but I do feel they're still kind of looking at this. I mean, there was feelings and emotions, but I feel like it's unrequited love where they didn't tell you how they felt, or they just feel like you're not their type. It's one or the other, and I feel like you already know. Yeah, and I do think they were dealing with something personal. For some people, they've kept a secret. They'd rather sacrifice this relationship than speak that truth. So Yeah, and I do see some Taurus energy here. Yeah, I feel it, I feel like the energy is, it's all about following through some kind of an agreement they didn't follow through on. And to you, I feel it's probably not fair. I think this person kind of knows, but I feel like you're just not on the same page here. Just not on the same page how this goes, because I feel the energy is just going with the flow. And I think it's somebody just like it's just not going anywhere. But yeah, it's just not on the same page. It looks like you had an agreement. And I do see this energy of single. So there's something about this ending here. Yeah, there definitely was an end of a relationship. For some of you, this person may have, like I say, they've sacrificed something here. But I think it's sacrificing love for money. Yeah. I do feel there was some sort of an agreement here that they certainly didn't follow through. So now we have the should I or shouldn't I reach out. So I do think this is there's a temptation to reach out. Maybe it's yourself. But definitely there was it's sacrifice and sabotage. So maybe you sabotaged this or they did. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's one or the other. Tell me about the Four of Cups. Yeah, I see you're leaving this behind. One last look over your shoulder. You're heading down another path, being open to other options and opportunities. But I do feel that what it's telling you here is make sure that you're over this before you start something new. Yeah, I think this is someone who just wants to be single. I wouldn't be surprised if they reach out at some point, though. I mean, because I do see a little test and temptation. But it's something to do with patience. Somebody's patience has been tested here. Because I do feel there's an energy of this need for patience. Generally, and I do feel this energy of some sort of change here. There's an energy of change. And it has to do with learning to be patient. This is two people teaching each other how they want to be treated. So somebody here feels maybe that you weren't being patient. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I feel this is where maybe something's happened here and you're actually learning patience, but it could go the other way around. The tables are turning, but I do feel it's an energy of this person. Weighing the pros and the cons, should I or shouldn't I? I mean, they could be comparing you to somebody they'd enter a relationship, but there is a little aha moment, some enlightenment, seeing things from a whole different light. So, like I say, they're kind of back and forth, should I or shouldn't I? Yeah, I mean, I do feel this is often, the Prince of Cups is often excuses or someone that feels sorry for me. It could be any of those things. Always listen when you start something to what somebody says, how it starts when they come in, okay? Yeah, but I do think you're taking that one last look over your shoulder. It's an energy of kind of feeling rejected, but I do think because this ending, I do think this is why you're going down a new path. It's telling you to look before you leap. There's some things definitely being learned, but I also really feel that you're missing other opportunities if you stay in this situation. So, yeah, I feel like it's an energy of just willingly letting this go. Yeah, it's kind of sad, but it is what it is. Yeah, so there's something here. There's definitely an energy of lack. Look at the cycle ending. See, changing your focus. Look at all these cards that just come out. I go to pick up the deck, and there it is right there. Crazy. Just crazy. But there it is. See, one last look over your shoulder. Something here that this person said you didn't like that they heard or you weren't listening. There was definitely an energy of lack. And because lack of money, someone feeling like they're not good enough, whatever may have happened here. But you can see it's a cycle ending, now a new cycle beginning. You're changing your focus. I do think there's an energy of someone who's talking a lot, focused on self. Yeah, and I do feel, like I say, somebody pushing someone away. You may have pushed this person away a little too soon, but I'm going to be honest. I actually feel like this is a person who it probably would have happened anyway. Yeah, because you can see the illusion, confusion, somebody hiding something. See, it's about emotional intimacy. So somebody was hiding something. There definitely was some feelings here, but I do feel there's emotional issues. They're still attached to something. They're trying to detach from something else, but there's a lot to do with their finances, yeah. So I do feel there for some of you, this suffering in silence, not saying anything. We have the Prince and the Princess of Cups. So I do feel there's definitely emotional issues here. But I feel like you're not going to say anything. I do feel like you're going down a new path. And I do think you're learning here to look before you leap. Yeah, because if you felt something was off right away and you kind of ignored it and took a risk here, you know. Yeah, but like I say, there was a temptation here. Because I do see someone who longs for love. And, yeah, so I do see making a decision, a judgment. This energy of a judgment. So it's really just confirming a decision. Maybe you're feeling judged or you're just looking at this. I do think there was something that felt like it wasn't fair. Maybe they didn't treat you right, or there was definitely lack. That's why I feel there was lack here. Or just, this is often someone who's not listening. Or there's something they said you didn't listen to, or you didn't like what they said. So, but yeah, I do think you're in protective mode. Yeah, they're holding on to their money. They're protecting their money. I do think this is somebody who'd rather be single. I feel that somebody who doesn't want to sacrifice what they have. This is generally someone's, there's definitely self-sabotage all over this. But it is an energy of out with the old, in with the new. It's telling you to let go of this here, because I do think you're still focused on it a little bit, but I do think you're going to move on. And there is the healing. This is your self-healing, shedding and releasing all these things. Okay, lessons being learned and coming out of this with an Empress energy. So that's beautiful. Yeah, see, it's an energy of being more confident. This is your inner strength. I don't think if this person reaches out, I don't know. I think you're, should I or shouldn't I give this person maybe another chance, another opportunity? So it's still kind of back and forth here. It's procrastination. It's telling you to look at your type. If this is something that's happened before, to look at the type of people that you're attracting. Okay? And why? I think it's because it's often the Queen of Cups is very giving. It's also someone who often sacrifices themselves, Yeah. But I feel lessons being learned. So it's hard to say. I do think this person's, should I reach out? Should I not? There's a temptation too. But it could be yourself in that energy. So everything's kind of stuck. Nothing's happening. I feel at some point here things just kind of stop. Because I do see that cycle energy. Because it is an energy of someone feeling lucky, feeling positive, taking a leap of faith. But now you have a new cycle. So I feel like you're off on a new path here. Not so sure you're going to give in. This is your inner strength. It's about confidence and inner strength. I see kindness, compassion. I do feel there's this energy of forgiveness. Always forgive yourself if you take a risk and take a leap of faith and things don't turn out the way they're expected. Okay? Yeah, because, that's part of life. So there's definitely an energy of change. Something here is going to change you, probably forever. But it's good. It's positive. Yeah. But there it is. Two of Pentacles. Should I or shouldn't I? So you can take this however you wish. But yeah, it is possible this person may reach out at some point. Or you are tempted to. But the strength is telling me you may not budge or give in to this person. Yeah. See, this is somebody who probably, there's some woulda, coulda, shoulda. They should have told you a truth. Okay, they should have told you the complete truth. There's something else that was going on with this person, personal, or they just felt something is off, or felt you really weren't their type. It happens, right? So Aries, I wish you the best in this energy. I do think you're open to other offers and opportunities. I do feel like you've got better things coming. Take care. Bye for now.